our second heat of 4 in the Wissota Superstocks for the Fastlane Motorsports Northland Superstock Series. On the pole, he drove around here from Two Harbors, Minnesota. The number 12 ride in white and green, that is Jim Campbell. Alongside of him, this kid has really done well in his sophomore season. The number 16 is Mark Smith from Solon Springs. Row 2, Scott Lawrence from Superior, Wisconsin, the number 77, one of the best runners in the business. He's pretty much the standard by which Superstocks are measured in this neighborhood. Donnie Lofdahl is driving the 7 JV tonight. Donnie is from Duluth. He has jumped out of his modified from a couple of years ago. He was in the Superstocks for many years and one of the very best around. Row 3 inside. Speaking of one of the very best around, this young man has really made some noise this season. The number 30, Kevin Burdick from Proctor. Alongside of him, another of those guys that you're going to put your money on this weekend. The 91 is Andy Davey from Hibbing, Minnesota. And the black 19 car, that is Tristan Labarge. He's down from Kelly Lake, Minnesota to race with the boys tonight. Second of 4 heat races in our Wissota Superstocks. 29 cars registered for action for the first night of the Northland Superstock Series. There's so many different bonuses that are available to these drivers. There's no sense in not making all 3 shows, because
exactly
that in itself pays something.
Yep. Hard Charger award for cumulative passing in all 3 races.
Yep.
Plus in each race there will be one.
Campbell with the early edge going into turn 1. Can he make it stick as he slides up the hill in front of Smith? That's a tight pack of cars coming off of turn 2. Lawrence to the inside on the youngster Smith. That is for second. Lofdahl back in a Superstock for the first time in a few years. That's a pretty car, that 7. But right now it isn't. He's sideways, he's bumped, the front end is apart, and that car is around to the bottom of turn 2. With Andy Davey collected in the incident. Sure, as soon as you say something nice about the guy in the car.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
And here we go. We'll take a look at it.
Lofdahl in
down.
Just in front of that back. Yep. Tag and around, and the nose piece flipping forward. But there's some pretty serious contact. He actually was ahead of the cars that got involved in that one.
I don't know if
he got caught from behind.
I don't know if it was Feller was pushed.
Right, one of them racing deals.
Yes, sir.
Joe Vork is, or was, either the owner or the driver of that car. Joe was just a couple of years into his career, moving up from, I believe, Midwest Modifieds, if I remember right, a couple of years back.
Could be.
We saw him a few times at Proctor, I do know.
Yeah, I remember.
Mm-hmm. And Donnie Lofdahl earning that ride this year, but unfortunately, the towing crew is getting him to the pit area very quickly, as it turns out.
I'm not sure how much of if that's going to be a permanent thing or maybe just once in a while. I know that he's been in the 15M Midwest Modified.
He's been in the BBR Mid-Mod once.
BBR Mid-Mod, and what else was he in last week? Something else. So
was he in somebody else's Modified, wasn't he?
Yes, I believe so, yes. So
the field pared down just a touch. Delaware double file restart with a lap in the book means the leader gets the front row to himself. And Campbell goes upstairs just a bit. Lawrence to the inside. Labarge quickly up to third. Davey, Burdick, and Smith has been shuffled to the back. Campbell slides up the hill just a bit. Lawrence to the inside. Scott Lawrence has not necessarily had a Scott Lawrence-like season so far. But I think what you do is he has set the bar, but I think there's a few drivers that are starting to reach it. Because he has been challenged. Looks like he's on his game right now. Working on Campbell for the lead with Davey right over his right shoulder in third.
Davey has a feature win here already this
Yes,
year.
he does.
So,
Ooh, that got snug in a hurry. Lawrence and Campbell shutting the door on Davey and Lawrence with a bite off of turn 2 for the lead. Campbell's been playing with that higher groove, and it just seemed to just continue to move up the track just a bit, making it a little longer way around. Davey working the bottom. The difference with the outside line is you keep your momentum up, you keep your speed up, but it also takes longer to get around the track. And in a big place like this, it's a significant difference.
yeah. That's a Mopar-powered car, that number 12. Campbell's always won Chrysler products in there. Not that that makes any difference, but it's a little heavier than the Chevrolets and the Fords.
And the vast majority of them are running GM motors.
Yes.
There's a few Fords out there. Scott Lawrence has got one more turn of the track as he's working for his 4th heat win of the summer here in Superior. And he's going to come off of turns 3 and 4, and he's going to have it. Scott Lawrence, your winner. The battle for second will be won by Campbell. Nicely done for Scott Lawrence, who could use a couple of checkered flags, although that is his 4th heat win in 5 nights of racing here in Superior. The 77 from right here in town. Second to the 12 of Jim Campbell, nice run for him. Third to the 91 of Andy Davey. Fourth to the 19 of Tristan Labarge. He started tail end of the field. And the 30 of Kevin Burdick. And it wasn't a lot of difference between Lawrence and 6th place Mark Smith.